Hello, my lovely gammas. This week in class, we're going to be talking about place value. So I wanted to make you a really short tutorial video in case you forget what we talked about in class and you feel like you need a little help. Now, for our year one group, we are only going to be going to the billions, and we are going to be talking about whole numbers only. The other thing that's kind of cool is that I'm going to provide you with a little cheat sheet. So let's take a look at that. One thing to note is that each of these periods, is what they're called, have 3 digits. And so when we are naming a number, we have to make sure that we are including 3 digits, or else we won't fill up that period. And if you need some placeholding zeros can be very important in these kind of big numbers that we're going to be building in class. So we've got our regular old units place, or some people call it the ones place. And then we've got thousands, we've got millions, and then we've got billions, period. And in that, we've got our regular 1 unit and then tens and hundreds. So I'm just going to go ahead and make myself a little cheat sheet. You can do this anytime you need to. It doesn't take that long, and it might help you understand where you are if lining things up in an order is hard for you, which is the case for many of us, myself included. So when we look here, we see that we have got 3 digits in each of these periods. And one thing that might help you is to color code your periods so that you can kind of see the difference between those groupings. Now I'm going to just craft a random number. Here's my beautiful number I created. Notice it does not have any billions, but I still had to go in and add those placeholding zeros if I wanted to make my number go all the way to those 100 billions place. Now, some kids have a hard time reading really big numbers because they just get overwhelmed. Take it in groups of 3. Look at 3 digits at a time. I have 803 what? Billions, no millions. A group of 3, 56 thousands, and 83. So if I wanted to read this number in all of its beautiful entirety, I would read it like this. 803,056,083. And that is that. I have one more thing I want to show you before I set you free from this little tutorial. I'm wondering if you maybe notice something kind of cool in our place value system, that every single place is 10 times smaller in value than its unit to the left. So in other words, if I had 10 $1 bills, I would have a 10. If I had 10 $10 bills, I would have $100. If I gave you 10 $100 bills, you would have $1,000, and it goes on and on and on. That is why at the top of your little cheat sheet, you're going to see these little arrows that say times 10, times 10, times 10. And for those of you smarties that are already ahead of me, yes, it is true. When we move to the left on our place value grid, it is as if we are dividing the value by 10. So it works both ways, and that is a concept that can sometimes be tough for kids to understand, but we're going to be playing with it all year, and it will become very second nature very soon if it isn't already. All right, enjoy.